welcome to the 11 p.m. stream. There we go, right there. So, how's everyone doing in the chat? We're going to do some ranked draft War of the Spark, and I'm also going to do a couple of things. I've got some fun party questions to ask the chat right here. Some cool, fun things to ask the chat. And what I will also do is try out this little beverage that I got at the World Market. This is a Slow and Low 84 proof rock and rye. Union made with straight rye whiskey, raw honey, navel orange, rock candy, and bitters. So, yep, it's an 84 proof rock and rye. It's some sort of grown-up beverage. I'm gonna try that out as we get more people into the chat. That's the plan. We're going to sip. We're going to chat with these questions, and I'm going to do War of the Spark ranked. This will be the first ranked that I get into since the start of the new season, which is less than a week ago. So that's what's in store. I'm going to pay my entry fee. There we go. And War of the Spark. Okay, right away. See Tyrant's Scorn. Museum Tank, Sunblade Angel. That might be a really great top end. Tybalt. Defiant Strike draws a card. Maybe I'll go with Azorius. Daybreaker Flyer. I kind of like that with Azorius. Yeah, let's get this Sun Angel. And we'll see what sorts of Azorius shenanigans. There's a lot of them, actually. Wanderer Strike. And Defiant Strike for a card draw. Topple the Statue. Crush Descent. Time Twister. Screecher.
I train every day. No one is more prepared than me.
Dovin's Veto for a counter spell in Azorius. Callous Dismissal as well. Yeah, I'm kind of liking a lot of things here. Contentious Plan, Light Shield. Creates a couple of creatures. Law Rune Enforcer, that's another good one. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of things that I like. A lot of things. Let's grab that guy. Firemind's Vessel. Rising Populace. Erratic Visionary Iron Bully. Well, a Populace. Creature Battalion gets stronger. Another Populace. Gideon's Sacrifice, Descent, Naga. That amasses even if the counter doesn't go through. Sky Theater, Strix or a Drake, 2/3 or a 1/2, and that's until end of turn. Defiant Strike, Martyr, Relentless Advance. Topple, Crush, Defiant. 3/3 for 4 is fine. Light Shield or Contentious Plan. And an Iron Bully. Okay, and then we get a God's Pharaoh statue. Fine. Alright, next pack. Charmed Stray, Law Rune. Naga Eternal. Could tap stuff or the Stray. Let's see if we get some Stray action going on. Emergence Zone, Callous Dismissal. Stealth Mission. Enforcer Griffin 3/4, another dismissal. So that's a 3/4 for 5, or a 2/2. That also gives flying. Divine Arrow. Yeah, Divine Arrow will work there for some removal. Battlefield Promotion. Divine Strike draws a card, another Divine Arrow. Another Divine Arrow. Well, let's get in this Naga. Oh, actually, that Dovin's Ban. Gideon Sacrifice Martyr, Teo's Light Shield, Totally Lost. Battlefield Promotion, Kazumina's Transmutation. Another Naga. Nothing great here. I guess a land. That's way too combo-y for my tastes. Gideon Sacrifice that no one wanted. Choose a creature. All damage would be dealt this turn to you, and permanence is dealt to that instead. Defiant Strike and Demolish. Alright, so I could do an Ashiok. Bond of Discipline. Tap all creatures your opponent controls. Creatures control gain lifelink. That's kind of cool. Teo's Epiphany. Draw cards. Ooh, Prison Realm. There's another Charmed Stray. Gotta go with that Stray for the synergy. Contentious Plan, Sahili's Silverwing. I'll go with a flyer. And Martyr or Screecher. Battlefield, I want that Interplanar. I usually want Interplanar Bridge, but I guess not that important. Instead, go with a Relentless Advance. Another Defiant Strike. Martyr. Bond of Discipline again. Another Screecher. Gideon's Triumph, yes. No Escape. Big old Dam Breaker. Time Twist, exile target permanent you control. Return it onto the battlefield at the beginning of the next end step. If it enters as a creature, too complex. And topple. Sure, okay. It's not so bad. I feel I got some cool things, some cool pulls. So, alright, so I think that's what's going to work right there. Let me open up this beverage. There's a pull tab. You never see these anymore. You never see these pull tabs anymore. Ooh. That's strong. That's 84 proof. So it's straight rye whiskey, honey, navel orange, rock candy, and bitters. Ooh. That is a bunch of good flavors. Very, very nice. Alright, what do we not want here? Actually, we got very little that wasn't on my colors. 57 cards, 20 and 20. At the top we have the statue, the breaker, the angel. We'll do one of those, one descent. One Loxodon. I think we'll do one at the top there, draw some cards. Assault, Descent, Silverwing, Loxodon, Battalion, Rising Populace, Tails Light Shield, Trusted Pegasus, Naga Eternal, Iron Bully, Prison Realm, Topple, No Escape, Narset, Non-Creature, Non-Land, Martyr, Screecher, Sky Theater, Divine Arrow, Triumph, Dismissal, Plan, Mutation, Veto, Cats, Enforcer, Strike, Sacrifice. Okay, this is going to be hard to pare this stuff down. I'm going to need some liquid help. That is really going to work. This is like a big shot. Extra dry from 1884. This is 100 milliliters. All right. What do we want to do here? There's a lot to cut. 17 creatures, 15 non-creatures. Creatures, let's see, 1 angel, 3 birds, 2 cats, 1 drake, 1 elephant, 5 humans, 1 illusion, 1 leviathan, 8 instants, 1 artifact, which is a drake, 1 enchantment aura, 1 planeswalker. $17 creatures. Okay, 2 Charm Strays. That won't be very impressive. I'll just get a 2/2 and a 1/1. I don't know, I guess I'll remove those strays. The Enforcer, that's going to tap things down very well. That Defiant Strike also gets me a card. 1 mana to get 1 card. When this dies, it proliferates. That's a 1/3 flyer. Another flyer, arrow. I want that for removal. I want that removal. I want that removal. I guess we don't need that plan. Maybe. Transmutation, I want that removal. There's a counter spell. Populace. Light Shield. Pegasus. Naga. Prison. Topple. No Escape. I guess Callous Dismissal. Or Crush Descent. Don't need that. Still 45 cards. Have a 2.8 average, 14 non-creature spells. Let's look through that again. Relentless Advance will amass me. Yeah, I guess I can get rid of that. I got plenty of creatures. Scry 4, then draw 2 cards. Prison Realm, need that removal. Topple. I'm thinking the Topple. No Escape, counter target creature, or Planeswalker. Nah. Narset. I guess I don't really have enough instants and sorceries. There's 8 of them. Okay, yeah, Narset. There's 8 out of 40. They can't draw cards. Counter spell. Transmutation. The plan. Dismissal. Yep, there's our 42. Let's give it a shot as usual with 42 cards. Okay, let's go with the first game here. If you're able to cast a spell without paying its mana cost, and there's an X in the cost, X must be 0. Okay, so these other questions that I've got here, I've been doing some of these questions. This is Break the Ice. These are questions that are designed to be thought-provoking and break the ice and such. Okay, well, I can bring out that Strix on turn 2, and then when I get my third land, Teo can make it better. And I'm battling X, Kale X. They had to mulligan. Nowadays, you can't tell how many times they've mulliganed until they return because they get back all 7. I don't know if I'm loving this London mulligan. I really hate, like, you draw the 7 again and then you get these amazing cards in your hand and then you feel like, what am I... You know, I need to return these cards, and you feel so bad because then you got a much better hand. You have to return them. Yes, I realize you get the same amount of stuff, but it just doesn't feel cool. Alright, let's bring out our Strix, and then let's pray that we get our third land. Third land, I can bring out that Light Shield, give some strength to my flyer. That also has enough... Well, I would have enough for the Divine Arrow and maybe Prison Realm. They have their third land. Jace's Triumph. Okay. I don't get my third land. Non-creature spells give this a +1. They have 4 lands. It must be nice. Battalion. Okay, there's my next land. Let's get that out of here. And they concede. Okay, it's best of 1, Sunny. So thanks for the raising my level. Yep, that's a really interesting... I believe that... How much did that cost? $2.99? I don't think it was that cheap. Ooh, Kasmina. You will not be unprepared. Okay, well, that's 1 win, I guess. I guess that's interesting. So here's the first question. What is the weirdest thing you've ever done to impress someone? The weirdest thing you've done to impress someone. The funny thing about some of these kind of question games is my memory's so horrible sometimes. So it's like I don't quite remember an answer. Okay, Defiant Strike, Tustered Pegasus, 3 lands, adequate. They get to go first as well, and I'm dealing with Slugbug 777. Okay, going with black. Here's a turn 1 Law Rune. I'll probably use up that strike right away. So that's +1 until end of turn. Let's hold off a little bit. I'm usually pretty aggro, but let's see what happens here. 3 casting cost. 3 mana, they're going with Golgari. Toll of the Invasion. Okay, well... So they're going to see all my great removal. Yep, there's a lot of great things to choose. Slug Bug. Third turn. Guess I'll get that Pegasus in. They are marveling at my amazing hand. Okay, they got the Pegasus. So, do I want to use up that strike? Guess I'll wait on that. Got a ban. Okay, well, I will see about vetoing something or... Alright, so I'm dealing with a slow player. I guess we'll have plenty of time in the chat here. Here's another question. What is your current obsession? So if you're obsessed with anything... They're attacking with a 1/1. I'm stuck on 3 lands. They have their mana ramp. They're a very slow player. They're going with a Grizzly. Yep, they are living the dream. This time I'll see about blocking that that army. I guess they're not attacking. They're gonna wait for me to do something. And again, they need to pay attention to their cards. So they need to pass the turn properly. Alright, worthless. There we go, 4th land. They have 3, 4, 5. They have 5 mana in total. I only have the veto. Why does it always feel like the veto works amazing for everyone else, but then for me it doesn't? Alright, so that War Screecher's not going to be too useful. They've got a big old spider. I can Dovin's Veto or Gideon's Triumph. Hey Stevie, how are you doing? Thanks for joining the chat. It's going really boring so far. This player is extremely slow, but I guess their name, Slugbug, definitely shows that. See that? They're playing so slow that Arena is telling them, hey, hurry up. So they're doing their Vivian's Grizzly, which will allow them to look at the top card of their library. If it's a creature or planeswalker, they may reveal it and put it into their hand. Alright. So Vraska's finisher, pretty good. Yeah, are they messing with me, clicking all over the place? Banehound, Lifelink. I doubt they'll attack with it. It's pretty safe to tap these things, right? Alright, so I have 5 mana in total. What can I do with that? Nothing much. Alright, so I've got this other trivia game going on here. Not trivia, but this is sort of like Break the Ice. It's these thought-provoking questions. So here's the latest one. If you could choose, what would be the last meal of your life? Okay, so here I'm going to say, let's block this amass creature. And they're doing something with the nurture, gain 3 life, add 1 mana of any color. They'll probably do something pretty amazing. Yep, they were looking to summon their Vraska's finisher. Since it was revealed, there's a wolf. Alright, well, let's go with a 3/3 flyer for strike. But I'm tapped out, so they'll probably bring out their Planeswalker. A nice grilled cheese sandwich as your last meal. That's really cool. Those can get kind of fancy or like kind of be straightforward, right? So anything to accompany that grilled cheese. Okay, so supposedly here I have first strike, so let's see what happens here. Alright, that player was taking forever anyways, so let's move on to the next one. For final meal, you'd have it super fancy with some gray poupon mustard or something cool like that. Or maybe with some gourmet truffles or something. OTB Atani. mayo and ketchup, that would work. Oh yeah, I think I remember you've said that you like mayo, right? I'm not a big fan of mayo. If it doesn't overwhelm things, I would if it doesn't overwhelm some of these flavors, I don't mind it. Alright, so they're choosing not to attack first. Good. Small batches. Yep, I think that might work. Well, the first time that no escape ever works. Now let me turn on the fan. It's getting a little bit warm. One moment. Okay, so we got some air attacks, and then that little kitty cannot handle that. Okay, so I'm gonna get a few dropped frames for a little while, just because I'm trying to upload. Actually, let's get rid of this Ajani's Pridemate, because we don't want it to get better with lifelink. So they'll keep their Pridemate, but it just won't get bigger. It would have actually have been better to do that onto that, but that's okay. So how did they suddenly get so much land? Alright, so what do we want to do here? We need to... build up some defenses for that. Hydra. It does have trample, so they have a ton of mana. Alright, that's pretty amazing. So I'm gonna have to chump block over here. That Kiora's Dam Breaker is... can just be chump blocked. Nothing to proliferate. Alright, how is my stream? Is it getting... My stream's getting a little choppy now, isn't it? Well, that's because I'm uploading, I think 5 more minutes and it'll be okay. I'm trying to upload something at the same time that I'm doing the stream. I didn't manage my time properly. I forgot to do my upload right here of my video podcast, and then now I'm trying to do the game, so it's affecting my stream. But this says 5 minutes, so hopefully that won't be too bad. I'll be able to put the stream back to normal in just a little bit. Alright, so here's another question. What current trend really annoys you? Now clearly they have a bunch of mana, Davriel.
Dealing with you would be easier than dealing with demons. Perish the thought.
You would say dab, but thinking that was dying down now, thank goodness. Yep, I don't think a lot of people are dabbing nowadays. So I just need one more mana and I'll have my amazing Sunblade Angel. A huge angel. It's got Vigilance. What does it have again? Flying, First Strike, Vigilance, Lifelink. That will be amazing. Okay, well, that wasn't amazing. It's not that it turns your creature automatically into something. I already had those counters on it, so it's still a 3/3. Okay, 2 mana, 2 whole spells to destroy. 2 whole spells to destroy a 1 little creature when I've got a much better one, but they probably will have a kill spell for that, so we'll see what happens. So they have a Strix. They have a chump blocker. But they don't chump block, but that's got vigilance. Alright, they're doing their rescuer. Fine. Comes back in. This is now a 4/4 with vigilance, which they will double block if they knew what they were doing. interesting. So they got a lot of mana. And a good amount of cards in hand. Big old creature on the ground. But I still have a great... Even if they get that stronger, I still have a big creature. Well, let's see what's coming up in the old draw. So, nope, and nope, and nope. Alright, so their flyer has been grounded. Here's another question. What's your favorite way to procrastinate? I have 30 life. And they didn't block that. Interesting. Let me just do... I was doing a couple of things here as well as... So 5/6 on the ground, who cares? I can do Callous Dismissal. And then a Silver Wing. I'm gonna get a land. So they're very close to Death's Door. So I'm just trying to manage two things at once. Ooh, Bantu. I'm gonna sacrifice a few things. I guess I will block that breaker on the ground. They're only attacking with one thing. Fine. I have 2 flyers I have. Some things in the air. They've got to block them both. Okay, well, let's see how that goes there. You have like 30 ways to procrastinate, but you'll tell me later, right? Hilarious. Uh-oh, they're gonna destroy that. Like, did they top deck an amazing destruction of their... of that, Yeah, but that's still not enough. Alright, you discarded my land. Your favorite way to procrastinate would be watching Impractical Jokers all day long. Oh, cool. I've heard a lot about that show, but I've never watched it. I probably should, since people enjoy it. Okay, well, this is game over anyways, because I've got 2 flyers. I've got 2 attackers, they've got 1 blocker, so whatever they block, it doesn't have lifelink, so there it is. GG. So got up to the next level. Look at that. Amazing. Let me just drop some things here and check out the longer version. Just trying to manage a few things at once. Sorry about that, just trying to manage a couple of things at once, but I can claim the prize and continue. And I'm trying to get... these links set up because I didn't do it early enough. Let's see. Alright, they go first. I have some removal. I have nothing on turn 1. Okay. So still nothing. That's not an instant or anything. Getting a lot of removal. And they're stuck on 2 lands. Okay, fine. Can't do anything here. Stuck on 2 lands, okay. They're gonna get their land, okay. So what can they do? You need to... You guys are hysterical. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I've heard of them, and I just never... For whatever reason... Okay, that's going to... get sent back. It gets sent back to Oblivion. Okay, so if the Smarter dies, I can make my army stronger. They're trying to catch up. Or they went with a lot of... Alright, let's Prison Realm Saheeli.
Challenge you'll get. Must accept defeat for now.
Right, they have a ton of mana. They have 6 mana, so they got the 6 mana before me. They go 4, 5. It amasses 2. Okay, well. Let's transmute that. Then attack over here. Let's see if we've got anything to Dovin's ban. Sure. Got some really cool animation there. Alright, so that Krenko is really cool, but I've got a Divine Arrow to take it out. Here's another question. What is the most awkward date you've ever been on? Uh-oh, there's a lot of dumb things coming at me, so let's see. What can I do here? Oops, they're gonna have their... Oh, I was gonna say they're gonna have their counter spell, but I guess not. That's good. And just block that. Oops, they've got something in their hand. You went to your hand too fast. All I need is my 6th. All I need is my 6th land, and then you'll see. There we go, 6th land. Okay. Let's do some air shenanigans. They have a huge grip of cards in hand. Like, how did that even happen? Okay, they seem to have a 9/9. Fine. Air power it'll be. Okay, next turn I will War Screecher to my Angel Cyclops. Alright, so they had to triple block. That's fine. Alright, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull this off. Oh, actually, that's going to be beautiful. Alright, so that Gideon's Triumph. That Gideon's Triumph might save me. Okay, fine. This might be amazing if they don't get a haste creature. If they don't get any haste creatures, come on. This could be pretty amazing. If they don't counter it, yes! Yes, beautiful. They're 16/16, completely killed by a 2-mana card. Amazing. Now all I need to do is keep this air attack going on. Fine. They're on a 2-turn clock. Please, come on. That's a 10/10. Sure. This is coming down to the end. And that's a land. Okay, well. Okay, gotta go for it. If they cannot amass, then... I guess that's how that goes, alright. So 2 wins, 1 pack. Let's go open that pack. Got an uncommon. And a Parhelion. Okay, let me play just a little bit more. This, which is the one that only costs 500. Yeah, let's spend up right here. So this is the first time that I've had completely zero gold in any of these events. Let's see how well we can win in this event. This deck kind of works okay. Here's another cool question. What song always puts you in a good mood? So I'm battling his you. Turn 1, vampire. Turn 2, burglar. I don't have any of my sort of like cool... I don't have any of my sort of like cool... combos in here. It's just some little creatures that'll give me some life advantage. Okay, they'll probably have some burn for my knight. So I'll let them try to do something. Yep, they probably have a shock. Alright, so we'll see about this, probably third turn. Cheney, okay. That has first strike A. So how can I deal with that? That's a 3/3. I would need 2 disfigures. Spellbreaker, can't deal with that either. Let's see, can my knight survive? I'm sure they'll have plenty of burn right here. It's GCG. So that's a 1/1 with Death Touch, so maybe that will do something fun.
Defeating you will not bring me pleasure. Blood calls to your soul.
Alright, so they're gonna go for my Planeswalker in the air. Now, of course, I have plenty of mergers, but of course I'm not pulling any of those.
I look forward to seeing you running away. Come and destroy.
Alright, that was some pretty good board presence for them, so let's move on. Here's another question. What's the one item from your childhood that you could never part with? Dealing with Eternus. But I've got my card draw creatures, but they have a lava runner, but they'll have a shock. So we got a burns, we got a red deck right here. This will be some damage, then it'll be at least one light up the stage. Probably a shock and a light up the stage. Maybe not interesting. Well, that's fine. They can shock that if they want. I get my card draw. Your Tamagotchis. Oh, cool. How many of them did you have? So I think if I can get 5 mana in one turn, I can do my area list. Yeah, like 4 of them. Actually, let's do this. Let's get rid of that. Let's gain some life. Ping a little bit. Gutter Snipe. That's dead right away, but that's their shock. Alright, so they'll probably do that. That's fine. They're tapped out. Alright, that was a misplay. I needed to have both of these freaking guys out here. Great. Alright, so I needed to keep that, to pay attention to that. I should have dropped my area list and then done the thing, and they're gonna shock me. Fine. No attacks. So I'm just hanging on by a thread here, but they got nothing. Fine. They give up. Excellent. They saw that they had no recourse. A red deck that had me pretty low, and instead they say toodle-oo. Here's another question. How do you feel about New Year's resolutions? I'm sure they surrendered because it doesn't make sense that they would have not, you know? So let's see how interactive this deck is. Probably a Teferi will show up next turn. Growth Spiral, sure. Alright, here we go. Next turn Teferi, or next turn Cleansing Nova. Ixalan's Vine, okay. Adequate. Can I get my final land? Alright, so they're playing a Gates deck. So throw everything onto the field. Here comes Gates Ablaze. They got all of their, well, not all of them, but 3 of those harmonies. There's 1 red mana for some burn, Colossus. I have the ability to murder 1 more time. There we go, of course. Gates Ablaze. Colossus. Alright, so next turn I guess I could do Sorin and then drop a Blood Burglar. Krasis, can't deal with that. Alright, let's move on. They had 2 8/8s that they were getting ready to cast for like 1 mana because they got all their gates. So what's the best way to handle that? Just murders, but those run out. Let me bring out my best creature here and let's see what opponent I get. Alright, that I'm gonna get Thought Erasered next turn. So my Aerialist is gonna go away. Okay, third turn they drop another swamp, then they can murder that Ebon Legion or cast down. Nope, instead they're stuck on 2 lands. Okay, too bad, so sad. Oops, Cry of the Carnarium would have been good. Next turn is lethal, but I'm sure they will wipe the board here. Oh, actually that's not so bad. Fine. There we go, even with Nicol Bolas, you sometimes don't win the game. Three levels, give me 3 cards and 300 gold. So I think I found some of these to be a little more challenging than I thought. So how does my deck handle gates? I guess not really that well. They got all of their pieces very, very easily, so it's just a matter of holding them back. Okay, Ebon Knight, or Ebon Legion, I can never name it properly. There's the Thought Erasure as usual. What I would like to keep is the Legion Zealot because it can draw me a card, but I guess they'll say nope. I'm gonna drop a Teferi, which means they have a Teferi in hand. And we have that. Okay. Let's see, do I get a big vampire? Nope, no vampire, but I guess... So here comes Teferi. Kasmina, okay, fine. What does that plane? This one's not a planeswalker, it's an enchantment. Oath of Kaya. It does 3 damage to any target when it enters, and they gain 3 life. And then if I attack one of their planeswalkers, it does 2 damage to me, and they gain life. But instead, let's just go directly to attack.
Welcome to the family.
Actually, they probably have here the spell that kills everything.
Join my cause.
This is not my final demise.
Alright, so I'm gonna lose this one. I'm just down to one card, which is a Plains. They've got another Planeswalker about to come onto the field. There we go, Narset. So,
Keep an open mind.
there's their Teferi. They're gonna cast it right away, so... when they cast that Teferi, they'll throw it back to my hand. And then I'll be stuck on this infinite loop of them just getting great cards, so... this is just the usual... what's this one again? So that's kind of a lot of Planeswalkers, so that's fun. Have fun there, Mr. 0661. You got all your Planeswalkers. Alright, so we got here 300 gold, and let's see what we got. A pattern matcher. Let's see. When it enters the battlefield, you may search your library for a card with the same name as another creature you control. Reveal it, put it into your hand, then shuffle. And the text, good, now put it with the other Whittle bunnies. Lazotep plating, evolution shage. And that's it. Okay, well, I've been streaming a little while now. I'm going to wrap it up. It would be really cool if people went to my Loots link and said something. So there's the link again. Follow the Loots link just to keep the stream going. And so once that goes through, I'm gonna wrap it up for the moment. Hour and a half stream. And here's another question. Would you prefer to be too hot or too cold? Alright, thanks for that answer there. It would have been cool to put it through Loots. But okay, everyone, well, that's it for the moment. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll be back next time.